And Britain's new monarch, King Charles III, will be crowned officially today. The 74-year-old has a strong connection with India and lives by the principles of India's age-old traditions of yoga and Ayurveda. The king has visited India 10 times. Several Indians in the UK call him warm, accessible and a friend of India. Radhika Iyer explores King Charles' India connection.
The King's coronation ceremony will be attended by several Indian diaspora members. Among 48 King scholars who will proclaim the King in Latin will be Raghav Das, a lad of 16 studying at Westminster School in London. He is thrilled at the opportunity and feels that this is his way of validating the hard work and the Indian values held by his family, including his grandparents, back in Bihar in India.
My grandparents have worked very, very hard for me to reach this position, and what I really want to say to them is I want to show them how it's possible for anything to happen, really. I mean, if you look at them and you look at me now, it's really amazing to see the progress that's happened, and I hope they'll be proud and excited watching me as I sing in the Abbey.
King Charles is a life member at the Bhavan, cultural centre for celebrating Indian arts. In April 2018, he hosted Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the Science Museum in London to launch an Ayurvedic Centre of Excellence. As founding chairman of the British Asian Trust, King Charles is seen as one who engages often in charitable work. Many in the Indian diaspora in the UK find him an accessible royal. His wife, Queen Camilla, practices yoga.
He has, to my knowledge, unless he has evolved, he was a great admirer of sitar. Pandit Ravi Shankar performed for him several times, and so did Sultan Khan. So in my office we had a sarangi sitting, and he ran to the instrument and said, "Oh, do you know Sultan Khan?" I said, "Yes, of course."
The first time was in 1980 as a 32-year-old bachelor, where he set hearts aflutter by being kissed by a Bollywood actress. And he's got a special relationship both with India itself and the Indian diaspora in the UK, where he carries out lots of engagements and has done over many years, partly through his British Asian Trust, but also through direct contact with different leaders and organisations. So the King has a fantastic relationship with India, and I'm sure that will continue into the future.
In West London near Southall, which is often referred to as Little India, preparations are on to serve a special feast for thousands on Sunday with some favourite Punjabi dishes of the King.
Prince Charles has visited us 4 times. He is a good connoisseur of Indian food. He has visited India so many times, and he loves the cuisine. So we made some special foods for him, like the tandoori salmon, which is not often sort of served at different restaurants. And he was quite intrigued on that. He says, "How can you have tandoori salmon?" I said, "Well, you're going to try it." So he tried that, and he was absolutely amazed with the flavors bursting in his mouth. And we had chana masala. We also had palak paneer. There was about 10 items on the menu. In fact, we've got a menu which he signed. He came here with Camilla as well, so they both signed the menu.
The King spent his youth listening to music by the Beatles and Pandit Ravi Shankar. The 74-year-old monarch has visited India 10 times thus far. During his visits, he has ridden on the Delhi metro, met with Mumbai's dubbawallas at Churchgate Railway station, even invited them to his wedding by paying for his air tickets. The King's coronation is happening in a grand way at a time India and the UK is busy negotiating a trade deal among other diplomatic issues. Radhika Iyer in London, NDTV.